Thanks to Corwin Motors for sponsoring the Keeping Score podcast. At Corwin Motors, they're proud to be family-driven for over 100 years. Their commitment goes beyond selling cars. They're dedicated to serving our community and providing you with the highest quality vehicles to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're searching for reliability, style, or comfort, they got you covered. They understand that you rely on their website for accurate and up-to-date information, and it's their promise to deliver relevant, detailed content that meets your needs. So if you're in the market for a new Chevrolet or just want to learn more, visit CorwinMotorsKalispell.com. Welcome everybody to the Keeping Score podcast presented by Corwin Motors. I am your host, Josh Amick. This week we have the SAPA Johns Rood Invitational where the Wildcats keep rolling. Whitefish Tennis sends 5 players to state. The AA Lakers continue to play well on the diamond, and a look ahead of the state tournaments this week and what matchups to look forward to. So without further ado, let's get into this week's highlights that you might have missed. It was a busy week at the SAPA Johns Rood Invitational, and the hometown Columbia Falls Wildcats extended their winning streak to 12 games with a couple of impressive wins to finish off the season as one of the top seeds in state. In their first game, Zeke Dunn pitched a complete game, allowing 3 hits, 1 earned run, and fanned 10 batters as the Wildcats won their 11th straight game, beating the Polson Pirates 2-1. The Wildcats plated both their runs in the third inning when Cooper Ross and Reggie Sapos singled before Jet Pitts hit a 2-run double. Pitts added a single in the 6th inning as the Columbia Falls were held to just 4 hits. Cooper Ross kept the Frenchtown Broncs scoreless through the first 5 frames, and the Wildcats mustered up enough offense to win the 2-1 pitchers duel Saturday to extend their winning streak to 12 games. In a matchup of teams both headed to next week's state tournament, Ross surrendered just 5 hits to the Broncs, with 1 earned run, and struck out 4 across 6 innings. Reggie Sapos earned the save after pitching the 7th, but not without some traffic on the bases. After recording the first 2 outs, Sapos walked back-to-back batters that put the tying run in scoring position before striking out the final batter to end the game. Brady Matson and Noah Upton each drove in a run for Columbia Falls. With these wins, the Wildcats reached state and will play Billings Central Thursday at 10 a.m. Good luck to the Cats the rest of the way and keep that winning streak going during state. Whitefish picked up 2 wins as well last week, but unfortunately did not qualify for state tournament. In their first game Friday, the Bulldogs scored all 7 of their runs in the first inning, highlighted by Carter Godsey's RBI double, and held on to beat the Frenchtown Broncs 7-4. The Bulldogs collected 6 of their 9 walks in the bottom half of the first, with 5 of them coming around to score. Max Barone walked twice, singled, and scored a run. Calvin Eisenbarth added an RBI and a run scored as well. In their second game, Polson plated all 8 of its runs in the 4th inning to take an 8-6 lead before the Whitefish Bulldogs responded with 2 runs in the 5th and 6th innings in a back-and-forth game at Smith's Field. The Bulldogs jumped out to an early 6-0 lead after scoring 5 runs in their half of the third on 4 hits. Max Barone doubled to lead off the inning. Ryan Conklin singled before Christian Schwarderer drove both runners in on a huge triple. Calvin Eisenbarth tied the game 8-8 in the 5th inning, blasting a 2-run home run to score Carter Godsey. Tate Armory broke the tie in the 6th inning with an RBI single, and Reed Hobart singled Armory home for the final run of the game. The Bulldogs finished the season with a great record of 15-4, so congratulations to Whitefish on a great season. Bigfork was also fighting for a chance to make state before dropping 2 close games and falling out of content for a play-in game. Bigfork lost to Corvallis 8-7 on Friday, where they gave up 4 runs in the final inning, including a 3-run home run by Reese Earp. The Vikings held a 7-2 lead after 4 before giving up 6 runs in the final 3 innings to lose the game. In their second game, both teams were held scoreless over the final 7 innings of the game before Jackson Lubke hit the game-winning sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 11th inning to send the Hamilton Broncs to the state tournament with a 2-1 win over the Vikings in the final play-in game on Saturday. Bigfork was first on the board when Mason Lewis connected on an RBI single, scoring Grady Campbell. That was the only run in the game for the Vikings as they missed a crucial opportunity in the top of the 11th inning when Liam Benson doubled before the next 3 batters were retired in order. The Vikings finished the season 12-5 and were just 1 game away from a chance of making the play-in game for state, so congratulations to Bigfork on a great season as well. The AA Lakers won all 4 of their games last week to improve to 13-4 on the season. 3 Kalispell pitchers combined on a 4-hitter, and the Lakers put up crooked numbers in 3 innings during a 19-1 Legion baseball win over Class A Libby on Wednesday. Brady Buckmaster hit an RBI triple and scored 4 runs from the leadoff spot for the Lakers. Hunter Fan, Caden Collar, and Cale Brink all drove in 3 runs each, and Luke Nikkinen, who was hit twice by pitches, and Wyatt Asher each scored 3 times. Nikkinen pitched a complete game shutout, allowing just 4 hits, walking none, and striking out 7, as the Lakers won 10-0 over the Cranbrook Bandits in their second game of the Canadian Days tournament at Griffin Field on Saturday. They beat the Prairie Cardinals 15-0 in their opener. Hunter Fan provided the sparks for the Lakers offense, hitting an inside-the-park home run in the 5th inning, scoring 1 and finishing with 3 RBIs. Nikkinen added 2 hits, including a double, a run scored, and an RBI after dazzling on the mound for 5 innings, as the game was called early due to the mercy rule. In their 3rd game, Bryce Buckmaster pitched a no-hit shutout, striking out 6 in Friday's game that lasted just 3 innings once again due to the run rule. The Lakers' offense wasted no time as the first 7 batters reached base, highlighted by Caden Collar's 2-run double to jump out to an early 8-0 lead after 1 inning. They plated 4 more runs in the 2nd inning, and Nikkinen's 2-run single made it 15-0 after 3 to end the game. There was no softball games last week, but here are some state pairings to look out for this upcoming week. Glacier finished the season 16-3 and will play Billings West Thursday at 4 p.m. Columbia Falls finished 15-6 and will play at home versus Hamilton at 11 a.m. on Thursday as well. Best of luck to both teams in the state tournaments. Moving on to tennis, Whitefish claimed 3 of the titles, with Liesl Brust taking the girls' singles, Maggie Mercer and Camry Kelch winning girls' doubles, and Walt Siegman and Aaron Anderson claiming the boys' doubles. On top of those titles, Whitefish sends 4 other singles players to state with top 4 finishes. Jack Olerich took the runner-up spot in the boys' singles, with Owen Erickson finishing 3rd. For the girls, Allie Shores and Emmy Hansen took 3rd and 4th. While Columbia Falls may not have had the titles, 3 doubles pairings secured spots in the state tournament May 22nd through the 23rd in Billings. After 2 days of competition, 7 Glacier and 1 Flathead tennis players reached one of their goals for 2025, which is a spot in state. In the boys' singles, Glacier's Creed Norick and Flathead's Holden Asvig fell in the semifinals before both claimed a win in round 7 to secure their spots at the state tournament in Bozeman May 22nd through the 23rd. A pair of Wolfpack girls singles earned spots in the state tournament. Sophomore Leonie Linares dropped a 3rd set tiebreaker to finish runner-up to CMR's Coco Brown, while Autumn Bashara grabbed a straight sets win in the 3rd place match. In girls' doubles, Glacier's Reed Sanders and Quinn Berkram nabbed a state qualifying spot with the 4th place finish after winning 3 straight matches in the consolation bracket. Moving on to track, it was a fast boys 300-meter hurdles at the Western AA Divisional on Friday, and Flathead's William Hollensteiner was still the fastest. The junior led a 1-2-3 Kalispell finish with a personal record time at Bulldog Memorial Stadium. Teammate Lane Shivers was 2nd, and Glacier standout Evan Anderson was 3rd. Hollensteiner won twice Friday, claiming the long jump with the near-meet record leap of 22 feet 5.5 inches. It was also a personal record and led a 1-2 flathead finish with Ben Bliven. After 8 girls' events, Glacier had 61 points. The Wolfpack got 1 individual victory from sophomore Allie Kruger in the shot put and a ton of depth points. Wolfpack boys got a win from Ben Winters as well in the shot put. The Flathead Bravettes also made noise. Senior Olivia Reinhardt ran the fastest times in both the 200-meter dash and the 100-meter hurdles trials, then ran a career-best 44.54 seconds to win the 300 hurdles. In the 3200, senior Josie Wilson and freshman teammate Everett Holland supplied a 1st and 3rd finish. The Whitefish girls had a big Saturday at the Western A Divisional. Especially Rachel Wilmot and Simon Douglas stood out for the Bulldog boys as well. Behind Wilmot's sprint sweep, Whitefish claimed the girls' team title at the Polson Athletic Complex with 81 points. In the girls' meet, Wilmot added wins in the 100 and 200 on Saturday to add to her 400 victory from Friday. Then there's the high jump, which Whitefish freshman Grace Silman won on criteria. She was one of 5 athletes to clear 4 feet 10 inches. She came in at that height, made it on her first attempt, and then when everyone else needed one more, she won on her first. That's going to wrap up this week's episode of the Keeping Score podcast presented by Corwin Motors. We will not be back next week as I am traveling out of state, but should be back the following week to give you recaps on what happened in those state tournaments. Good luck to all those teams. We'll see you in a couple weeks on the next episode of the Keeping Score podcast. Take care.
A fire that broke out on a cold and dark February morning in 2024 sent the small northwest Montana town of Noxon reeling. Beginning in the Angry Beaver General Store on Noxon Avenue, the conflagration would eventually claim a neighboring restaurant and a storied bar. The town had lost 3/4 of its business community by the day's end. 7 months after the fire, people were still wondering, will Noxon recover? Can it mount a comeback? What will rise from the ashes?
Stream Season 3 of the Daily Interlakes Deep Dive podcast on your favorite audio platform, or catch the 2-part series on our YouTube channel.